Hey, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another segment of On the Clock. I'm here with Santi, and as you can see, it's another segment of the one that Cap's not here because he decided to go to EDC like an idiot and get, sick with those 3,000 something people that were in the area, and then he went to an Orlando Tragic game of Pobrecito. We all have him in our prayers. Please have him in your prayers, and we'll have him next week most likely. Hopefully, we have the whole squad again.
A little piece of him might be missing, but he'll be mostly there.
Exactly. And what we're gonna talk about today is our potential first year All-Stars for the NBA. I have a list of 8. I don't know how many you have. I have a pretty big list. I was actually looking at another one here. 8. Potentially, but we'll see.
Must be digging deep into that bag.
I'm digging deep in that bag.
I have like 4 or 5. 4 for sure, maybe 5.
I have possibly 9.
Damn.
But yeah, let's kick it off. You start. Which one do you... Give me a name.
The most promising out of the names that I have would probably be Larry Marketing.
You think so? The most promising?
I think Larry Marketing was the most promising because of the fact that he's also producing wins too for a team that no one thought would be doing this good
when it
so
comes
far.
To All-Star stats though.
Oh no, All-Star stats, but
how much is he averaging?
He has had major impacts in these games, especially coming into the fourth quarter. I'm pretty sure the Jazz have already gone to like 2 or 3 overtimes already, and he's come up big.
He's averaging 21.3 on 35% from 3 and 52 from the field, and 8 rebounds. 8 rebounds.
I think to me, I know All-Stars is a lot about stats, but I feel like wins also does factor. Wins factors in how much attention you get, and All-Star is the biggest All-Stars are the ones who get the most attention. The Jazz fans thought that this year they were tanking. Everyone thought they were tanking, even us at the beginning of the season. And as of right now, they're like they were the first team this season to get to 10 wins, and right now they're like, I believe they're 10-4, 10-5. That's how. If you ask me, I believe they would have been like 2-17 or some shit like that.
I mean, for the most part, you would think that
the Jazz team is playing well. As like I always say, chemistry matters so much, and right now they have that chemistry together, especially between Larry Marketing and Colin Sexton, who were teammates before on the Cavs.
I was saying it before too, like on the Twitter earlier. It's a tough one because they basically grabbed a bunch of players that had no familiarity with each other whatsoever outside of Colin Sexton and Larry Marketing, and a coach that had no experience before, like no head coaching experience, and there he is. That they are making it work. They're
making it work right now. Like I know as the season goes on, because this is still very early on, a lot of things could possibly change. Or for all we know, Larry Marketing can get better. We don't know yet. But as of right now, I believe he could be the most promising because from previous years we haven't really seen this from Laurie. On the Cavs or on the Bulls, we never really see him. We never really see him be like this kind of a scorer. He shooting the deep ball pretty well for a big man. He's getting more involved in the offense, which is what he needed to be because Laurie is an offensive player. He's not really a defensive-minded kind of player. He's more offensive, and right now that's what the Jazz need.
That's true.
Because right now they have one of the best offenses in the league. I think they might be number 1 in points per game, to be honest with you. And that's because they have...
No, the Celtics are
they were all... I know the Jazz are top 5 for sure.
They should be.
So, and that's credited to Laurie Marketing, especially because if you look at they kind of line up with Laurie and Kalinick on the floor, spacing it out.
Yeah.
And now
they
you have
a bunch of floor spacers,
exactly,
except Jared Vanderbilt, but they do have their starting lineup is Mike Conley, Jordan Clarkson, Laurie Marketing, Vanderbilt, and Vanderbilt and Olenek, and then Walker Kessler's been doing good too.
Exactly, and then you have like Sexton coming off the bench,
Malik Beasley.
Exactly, they have besides Mike Conley, they have decent young guys, and I feel like that's why they're getting wins because people on the beginning of the season, everyone was thinking just like us, we were thinking that they were going to be shit, and now you look at them and they're
nobody would have expected this.
Exactly.
I don't even think the Jazz fans expected this.
Hell no, but it comes back to my point. It brings more attention to them because we weren't expecting this. It brings more attention to names that we never would have thought.
But to say more promising compared to other players, like for example, I think we were gonna say SGA. I think we were gonna say Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
That was what I was debating with, but at the same time,
top 5 scorer in the league.
Okay, but
they're winning.
No.
Some games.
He's definitely gonna be an All-Star this year. But the reason I look at Laurie more is because we've seen flashes of SGA in previous seasons of this, and on top of that, Laurie has a better team. If you look at the Jazz and forget about record. If you just on paper look at the Jazz and the OKC, you're going Jazz all day because they have more of a team. Shai is kind of by himself, so he's gonna have the ball more. When you're in a team by yourself, you're gonna get a lot better stats. It's like when Westbrook was going off, 2016, 2017. Who did he really have to back him up? Steven Adams, but Steven Adams was score. Oladipo, but at that time, Oladipo, not even before that. Before he had Paul George, when he won MVP, he had nobody on that team. So you would see him go for like 40-point triple doubles. It's still mad impressive, but it's kind of the same thing that Shai is doing right now, except that he's not producing as many wins as of right now. But I just give it to Laurie overall because he's on a team with better players and he's still performing well. Shai. Who on his team is gonna be a prolific scorer like he is? Josh Giddey? No, Josh Giddey he's like a Lonzo Ben Simmons type of player. He gets you like 8 and 8. Well, Ben Simmons.
That's so true though.
Ben Simmons like on the Sixers.
That's so true.
Before you start, he would get you like an 8, 10, 8 and like 7 game. He'll get you boards. He's a good passer, but he's not an amazing scorer. Shai, you see the impressive scoring games going for like 38, 35, 39. Yes, because who else are you gonna pass the ball to? If they would have had what's his name? Who was the number one pick this year? I'm blanking out in my head.
Oh, the number one pick this year was Paolo. If they had Chet.
No, Chet. There you go. If they would have had a Chet, then maybe he would have had the ball to spread around more. Because if you've seen the games that he's scoring those high points, he has like maybe 4 or 5 assists because he's not passing the ball as much. He is focusing on scoring the ball himself because he has to. You don't really have anyone else to rely on that team. That's why I believe Laurie's more of a. For me, the way I look at basketball, I believe Laurie's higher up on that list just because of the team that has surrounded him.
Well, the thing is, when it comes to All-Star, they go based on stats.
Yeah.
And minimal impact. When it comes to All-Star, also, there's going to be a team that has no All-Stars. Like the Houston Rockets, they have nobody that's All-Star worthy.
No shot.
Maybe Jalen Green, maybe.
No, not even. No.
Because they're not winning enough games. Because they're the worst team in the league.
Exactly my point. Because they're not getting enough attention. Same thing with SGA. His team's not getting enough attention. If his team was winning more, he'd be miles ahead of anybody else right now to be the first potential All-Star. But because they're not winning these games, no, you're not really being looked at. Because OKC games aren't televised nationally. They're not a big market team.
Utah neither.
Okay, but Utah's winning more games. You notice how we like these big people like Stephen A and all them, they talk more about the Jazz than they do about the OKC.
Yeah.
Because the Jazz are doing something we never thought they're doing something we didn't think they'd be doing.
The thing is, you saw Shea his rookie year with the Clippers.
Yeah, it was a.
You saw when he got traded.
Shea on the Clippers was all right.
You saw when he got traded.
Yeah, he took a big step.
You saw the strides that he's been taking.
Yeah.
People have been talking about that. That's been nationally noticed.
No, he's been taking
he's averaging
huge steps.
31.6 points per game. That's top 5 in the league.
And that's amazing. But right now, let's be honest here. What do you think is going to stay more consistent? Shea averaging 31 until All-Star break, or Laurie averaging 22 again? Because right now, this is still very early on. We haven't even hit a quarter of the season yet. We're not even 20 games in.
15 games in.
Exactly.
16.
We're not even 20 games in yet.
You want my honest opinion?
On who? Who do you think
You want
will
my
go
honest
first?
opinion
On
that
what?
question? Is it a really hot take here? I think Shea keeps it consistent.
Do you think he's going to average 30 points throughout the season?
Consistent. I think he averages 30 points coming the rest of the season. 29 at least. 28 at least.
I see him getting like 28 because there's only 2 points, but people gotta understand from averaging 28 points to 30 is a big difference.
I think it's an All-Star break with the team that he has, knowing that he doesn't have Shed. I think he can stick 30. I think he can stick in the 30.
But that's
He's
a
the
bold
only
prediction.
scorer on that team.
But you see exactly my point. That's why he gets 30 because he's the only scorer on that team.
Yeah, but for that reason, that should make him even more of a solidified lock. The fact that he's on a garbage team scoring 30.
No, he's still a lock. I only have Laurie above him just because I like Laurie's game more myself. But like it's not like it's a clear runaway between Laurie up here and Shai Gilgeous down here. It's like almost even.
I think Laurie Marketing could make the All-Star, but there's something that tells me, especially when I have these other guys on the list, there's something that tells me that he's the least likely out of all these people. Let me tell you why. I have Tyrese Halliburton.
Okay.
Tyrese Halliburton, the Pacers are doing really well.
I also want to remind you, it also depends on the position they're in which conference, because there's not gonna be a team full of centers. You get me?
Laurie's a small forward.
Small forward, power forward.
Laurie's a small forward. He's a forward. That's
Yeah,
how they do it.
He's a forward. So
there's only 2 forwards on my list here.
But when, it's not even about the forge on your list. It's more about, okay, who's for sure making the All-Star team, and who, because when it comes to these players, who we taking the All-Star team away from? That's what we gotta remember. If we're putting Laurie in or SGA in, who we taking out? There's a lot better guards in the West than there are big men. Karl-Anthony Towns has been underperforming, even if because right now he plays.
Cat and Rudy are gone. They're not in the
No, I know, but it's exactly my point. But Cat has been playing the forward, so he counts as technically forward.
Yeah.
So Cat has been underwhelming. Who's an AD? He's been doing alright, but he's been doing underwhelming.
I don't know about underwhelming. Cool.
AD's not been
AD underwhelming.
He's not been playing the way he should be playing.
Cat's averaging 21 and 9, basically a rebound more on more efficient shooting.
But when we look at Cat, we expect 27 and 11.
That's true. He did average 20 something last year. He did average plus that last year.
That's what I'm trying to
But then
say.
again, you do have Rudy and D'Lo and Anthony Edwards that kind of takes away from that production. Who was the other guy that you said? I know Rudy, but you said somebody else.
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis. That's actually a good one to look at. And Anthony Davis did pop off for 35 the other day, and then everybody started talking into the conversation of him being a lot better.
That's at the same time. That's only one game.
24.3 on terrible 3-point shooting, 25%, but 54 from the field.
He's a big man. He should be shooting. As a big man, you should be shooting above 50% from the field.
24.3 and 11.2. He's been playing really well. He's been healthy so far. I don't think he stays like that, but
we'll see.
He's been pretty healthy though.
But like, but continue my point at the forward position. There's not many people that you could say are better than marketing, in my opinion, at least.
And unfortunately, the way you have to look at it is, it's kind of rigged. You know, Kyrie Irving, not Kyrie Irving, but it's kind of rigged. Anthony Davis could be having this kind of year and get injured and still be an All-Star.
Could be, but the thing is, if he gets injured, then that's when you bring in a replacement. Replacement or not, you start an All-Star.
I mean, technically, you can eliminate DeJounte Murray from the West side.
Yeah, because he's on the East.
From the West side, he's a guard. Yeah, you can eliminate him because he was on the team last year.
Yeah.
That's one guy that you can eliminate. On the West,
who else are you gonna eliminate? Because Lillard's been going off. Lillard's been doing nice.
Oh, hell yeah. That's a substitute.
Curry's been doing nice. The point guard position is not an easy position to take.
Chris Paul's not going to be there.
Luka is. That's a point guard position right there.
Yeah, that's something you have to look at more in depth.
That's what I'm telling you. That's why there's reasons why I have Laurie above, because his position is gonna be easier to make All-Star team than SGA. SGA could be the better player and he's scoring more. He's having flashier games, but it's also the position that they come into.
The SGA, if he stays top 5 in the league, is for sure making it.
Oh, if he averages 30 into the All-Star break, he's for sure making it. But that's if he does.
That's the same position. It's low key the same position as Lowry, Paolo Banchero.
On the East,
I think Banchero could make it. What,
the
what is he averaging? Like, something.
The last rookie to make the All-Star game, like in their rookie year, was, I'm pretty sure, Blake Griffin in 2011.
Yeah. Hey, this is looking very bad. Why is he not here?
If you look at Blake's stats that year when he
Paolo Banchero is averaging 23.5 on 8 rebounds on 46% shooting. The shooting could be better.
How many blocks?
1.
Oh, that's not bad.
The shooting could be better.
He's a 4, right? Yeah, he's a 4.
He's listed as a 4. The shooting could be better, but for a rookie to be having that kind of impact, like you said, that kind of impact on a team is absurd. And he's injured now, but when he comes back, we'll see.
Because injury plays a big role.
And again, these are possibilities. They're not, that I think is gonna happen. I only think a few of these are gonna happen, but these are possibilities. Like one that I think is gonna happen is Desmond Bain.
That could be a good one.
Thank you very much.
He's been going
24 points a game.
Off. He's been going off.
As usual.
If I believe if Desmond Bain has not been going off the way he has, the Grizzlies would be a lot worse position they are right now.
The Grizzlies did lose to the Pelicans last night.
But the Pelicans have the Pelicans are still without Zion. But
they play the Thunder on the 18th, and the Thunder is 6-8. So they're winning games more than we expected.
Oh yeah, but still not a winning record. Like when you're
Desmond Bain's averaging 25, 5 and 5 on 47% from the field, 45% from 3.
That's amazing 3 for 3. Amazing.
That's amazing.
He's almost shooting better than 3 than he is from the fucking inside the arc.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Jesus Christ, that's really good.
And oh hell yeah, Desmond Bain is someone I can 100% agree with because he's like I don't know if you remember him, Michael Redd back in the Bucks back in the day. He was an all-star. I'm pretty sure he was an all-star, and he was giving you 25, 5, and like maybe I think 2. But you know that the stats. It's exactly Michael Redd was a fucking bucket back on the Bucks. And he's not a player most people remember because he wasn't flashy, and it was when the Bucks had a low team market, but he was still amazing.
It's the impact that's based on your stats. Your stats have to cause an impact. That's
Exactly.
where I see the Laurie argument. That's where I see this argument. That's where I see the SGA argument. That's where you can even see the Paolo argument. You can see anybody, any of these guys on the list except one.
For
you can see their argument.
for Paolo, I'm gonna compare to Blake Griffin because they're both rookies that could be into the All-Star game. Blake Griffin, he averaged 22.5 points off of 3.2 assists, and where's it at? Where the fuck is rebounds at? I believe, 7 rebounds a game.
That was back in the day and age though.
That was 2010, 2011.
The offense wasn't as powerful as this, and the league
Exactly, and he was still
the league
scoring.
was a lot tougher.
He was still scoring 23 points a game. So imagine how. But this is also when were the Clippers good this year? I believe.
No, I don't think so because that's when they drafted him. It was before they got the Lob City.
Yeah, exactly. So, but if you look, if I look at this, if I look at his stats compared to Paulo's, do you think Paulo can make it?
Yeah.
Because it's also coming back to the same argument. Who is Paulo going to take it from? Because if you look at the 4, you have Giannis, you have Jason Tatum, you have someone, you have who's another good big man in the East?
Jimmy Butler.
On forward position,
Because
Jimmy
they're talking
Butler,
about forwards.
Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown has been doing
Guard.
fucking. He's a guard.
He's a guard.
Really?
He's a shooting guard.
Wow, I thought they would have a
No,
small
he's a
forward.
shooting guard. No. They had Al Horford starting, and then wait a minute. That's actually a good one.
Jaylen Brown's not the small forward of the team.
No. Jaylen Brown's a shooting guard. They have
Marcus-
Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Grant Williams, and Al Horford. And then when Al Horford comes back,
Okay, so Grant.
when Robert Williams comes back, they're gonna put Al Horford at the 4.
I remember there's I know there's names I'm missing from the forward position in the East. Oh damn, well I'm missing some names. Hold on. Give me a second.
Chris Middleton.
No,
Chris Middleton's injured.
He's been injured.
I know, so he can be taken out.
Yeah, exactly.
He can be taken out of the equation.
DeRozan. What do you think?
DeRozan can be definitely taken out of the equation.
DeRozan.
I completely skipped that name. Miles Bridges wasn't an All-Star last year. No, he wasn't.
No, hell no.
Yeah, that's really all you can take. That's really and Scotty Barnes maybe. No, Scotty Barnes wasn't an All-Star either. Those are the names you can take. You can take that. That's two names right there that I can come up with right now, or that we can come up with right now that we know solidified. They can be taken out. DeMar DeRozan has been performing, but not at
Yeah, but what
level.
about Siakam? He's injured right now, but when he comes back,
Siakam's an MVP candidate.
Huh?
Siakam's an MVP candidate. He's going back in there.
Exactly.
I don't know
But
if
he's injured right. He's injured right now.
Yeah, there's 2-3 weeks.
Siakam, Kevin Durant. That's another big name we forgot about.
Yeah, but we're talking about the ones that we can take out.
Okay, I know, but I'm also telling you the ones that you can put in.
Oh yeah,
Because these are names. Because these are also names that you're gonna take out Paulo for. Like you're not gonna take out KD, Giannis, the Jason Tatum.
They have to deserve it.
names
They have
already.
to deserve it, but at the same time, the NBA doesn't want money for it. So
Exactly.
they
Those are
big
3 names that already that you're not taking out Paulo for.
No.
KD, Giannis, and what's his name? I just said it. And Jason Tatum. You're not taking out those names.
I'm gonna give you 3.
And Siakam. That's 4 right there that you can't take out Paulo for. It's 4 names right there.
Yeah, of a 15, I want to say 14 man roster. Look, I'm gonna give you 4 names and all guards. I'm gonna give you 4 names. You tell me what you think and who you can take out.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with the West. Because I have 3 in the West.
Okay.
Wow, fuck. Even this. I have De'Aaron Fox.
Okay. That's 1.
Anthony Edwards.
Okay.
And then this is very debatable. Very debatable. Like it could change. Subject to change. Jordan Poole. Subject to change. As a starter, he does average 25 plus. On the bench, he averages 17, and he's a lot worse shooting. That's where I can see it.
I'm a immediately take out Jordan Poole.
I'm saying that's subject to change.
He could get better, but as of right now, averaging 20 points and 17 off the bench is not gonna get you an All-Star.
No,
it's not. Especially at the guard position
being
in the
on
West.
The bench is not gonna get you in the All-Star period. It's just benching Wiggins.
De'Aaron Fox.
Wiggins. That's another one we can take out of the West for Lori.
Oh yeah,
Wiggins. Oh my God! How did I forget that?
Because he didn't deserve it.
He didn't deserve it.
It should have been Edwards last year. I told you this. We went through a whole argument. Anthony Edwards.
Who won the chip?
Who has a better record?
Who won the chip?
Who has a better record right now?
Who won the chip?
Who's a better record right now?
Who won the chip?
Did they win it because of Wiggins? No.
Yes!
No.
Yes!
They won it because of fucking Curry.
Yes!
Did Wiggins get Finals MVP? Did Wiggins get Finals MVP?
Bro, he was number 2 in the voting.
Oh wow.
Wiggins put the lockdown display.
Hold on, we're talking about All-Star.
Tatum.
We're talking about All-Star. You being in the finals.
Because the impact. Because you said he didn't deserve it, and the same thing that he did pre All-Star, he did in the finals.
At All-Star break,
in the playoffs,
everyone said it. Wiggins is the worst All-Star starter in history.
And you know what he did to put it on all your faces? He won the damn chip. Why? What he did before
look at the team he was on, of course.
What he did before the All-Star break, he replicated in the playoffs. That's crazy.
He was
number 2 in the voting for All-Star for Finals MVP. What? That's ridiculous. He put a lockdown performance on Jason Tatum.
He was playing good in the finals, but we're not talking about finals here, Danny. We're talking about regular season before the All-Star break.
You make the assumption on whether he was the worst player in the All-Star, the worst All-Star pick at the end of the season. Because that's where you get all that. That's where you accumulate all that. What the fuck did he do? He won the chip.
At the half of the season, is when you get determined if you're an All-Star. We're not talking about all
He was an All-Star.
But he shouldn't have been. Anthony Edwards should have been.
Anthony Edwards is a guard.
Small forward. He was playing small forward that year. He was playing small forward that year. I don't know why you don't want to accept it.
It's not that I don't want to accept it. It's that Wiggins proved y'all wrong. But that's besides the point. You're right. That's besides the point. Wiggins is a monster, but that's besides the point. But yeah, De'Aaron Fox and Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards this year is playing shooting guard. All right, confirm my suspicions. Yes, this year he's playing shooting guard. So who can you take out?
I'm trying to go back to the question. You said the De'Aaron Fox and Anthony Edwards.
And Anthony Edwards.
Okay, I want to look at Fox's stats.
I mean, like 25, I think.
I'm gonna tell you.
You can take out DeJounte Murray because he's in the East now.
DeJounte Murray? Oh,
yeah.
I thought he said for some reason Jamal Murray.
You can take out. That's
okay. Right now, De'Aaron Fox is averaging 24.6 points, 5 rebounds, and 6.3 assists.
And what's their record? They're 7-6.
The Kings?
Yeah, 7-6. The Kings have a winning record, if I'm not mistaken, or they're pretty close to 500.
What? They're not.
They just destroyed.
They yesterday. Yeah, they went on. They're on a 4-game win streak right now.
Yeah, they're 7-6.
Yeah,
they're 7-6.
Right,
like I said.
But if you look at these past 4 wins against the Cavs, he had 15 points. She shot 6 for 14 against the fucking Lakers. The fucking Lakers, really? He had 32. That was a good game. But against the Warriors, 22, and then against the Nets, 14.
Okay.
These aren't all-star numbers right here. I'm looking at Danny.
Santi, the reason why he put up 14 against the Nets, because who dropped 31? Who had a career night that they just gave him the ball and he made everything he threw up?
No.
Terrence Davis.
Exactly.
Dropped 31 on I don't know how many threes.
But you're acting like he didn't shoot the ball. He went 5 for 12.
That's fine.
1 for 5 from 3.
That's fine. One game. At the end of the day, he's the biggest impact on that team. He's the best player on that team.
Against the Lakers, he went 2 for 5, and against the Cavs, he went 1 for 4. And against the Warriors before that, he went 2 for 5. These are great shooting numbers. I'm telling you.
He's not a 3-point shooter, but that doesn't mean shit because he's the best player on a team that's winning games.
Okay, he is the best. Okay, but like how you say, it's not about records, it's about stats. And if we're looking at stats, you're not gonna tell me you're gonna be an all-star.
Shooting splits.
It's shooting splits.
Give me the percentages.
From like
for 3-point, I understand.
From these past games?
Yes. No. For overall.
Overall.
You look at De'Aaron Fox and you give me overall numbers.
I'm gonna give you numbers in a second.
All right.
He's shooting 36% from 3. He's shooting a great 54% from the field. That is amazing.
34% from 3 is amazing.
36.
He's averaging 24.6 on 6.3 assists, 54.1 from the field, 36% from three. That's awesome. 81% of the field goal. That's the only thing that needs to work on. That's it.
That's
amazing.
But don't overlook this stat. 6 assists to 3 turnovers. That's a 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. That is terrible. That is horrible.
Oh my God, you're gonna look at the minimal stats.
Because you're telling me to look at these stats.
They're winning games, and he's the best player.
Okay,
on that
team. First of all,
Domantas Sabonis is not even.
Okay, you say they're winning games, but you act like they're the best record in the West. They have a winning record for now. Okay, for now. He is averaging. He has good stats. I'm not saying he's a shit player, but again, I have to remind you, who else are you gonna take away from this position? He is a point guard. He is guard.
You can even argue most improved. Inside, you can even argue it. His shooting percentage
as of right now, yes, he is playing great as of right now. But the point I keep trying to tell you is, who are you gonna take out for him? You're not taking out Curry. You're not taking out Lillard. You're not taking out Doncic.
I just told you. DeJounte Murray.
That's one.
Chris Paul.
Okay. And Devin Booker's another guard you put in there.
I know. We're talking about the ones that were there last year. We take them out.
Okay.
Luka was there. Steph was there.
Okay.
Who else did you say was there?
Booker
was there.
And what's his face?
But they were Job, for example. They were.
Lillard wasn't there last year. Lillard wasn't there.
Okay, so you take out Murray and Paul. You put Lillard. Okay. There's space for one more. From what we're looking at, there's space for one more. I definitely put SGA in there. But we have to understand too.
Okay, so the two names that you just took out, you just put in. And on top of that, you have Anthony Edwards, which I'm gonna look at his stats right now because I feel like Anthony Edwards is gonna be a better player.
I think Anthony Edwards. Check his stats, but I think I'm looking at the All-Star roster here. Last year. Why are you not giving me point guards? Give me guard. Okay, from the West.
Hold on, let me tell you now. Ooh, actually, these stats are looking great. I'm gonna be honest with you.
They're looking great, or
are not looking great.
Okay, wait. Before you say
okay.
Let me look at the guards here. Okay, so the guards, you got Curry, yes.
Lillard.
Plays James Harden. Okay, so James Harden wasn't there, but he's in the East.
Lillard.
Doncic. We're talking about who was there last year.
Oh, that okay.
Oh fuck! How did we miss this? Okay, who was there last year? Curry. Doncic.
Okay.
Ja.
Another
Devin Booker.
Devin Booker.
Nah, Wiggins doesn't fit in that profile. DeJounte Murray.
Okay.
Who replaced Draymond. And that's it. Those are 6 guards.
Okay, so take out DeJounte.
Who else was there? Take out DeJounte Murray.
And you take out DeJounte Murray.
Take out Chris Paul wasn't there. Okay. So that's on me. But take out DeJounte Murray, and you know who else you can take out? Donovan Mitchell.
Okay. So you still start taking out 2 names. I got 3 people right now I can name that could deserve it more.
Now hold on. You can even take out
That's it. What else are you gonna take out?
No, because you could take out DeJounte Murray. The only reason why he was there to begin with was because he was replacing Draymond. That's the only reason why you can put him there. The players that got replaced were Draymond and KD and James Harden, who were all in the East.
My point exactly. You're not taking out those. You're not taking out Ja, Curry. You're not taking out Doncic. You're not taking out Booker. Okay, those are 4 solidified. They're gonna make it this year. Now let me tell you.
Why is Ja not on this list?
Who knows? But let me tell you who you can add in there over De'Aaron Fox. Desmond Bane.
Oh, he's on the list.
Or Desmond Bane.
Mm-hmm.
SGA.
Mm-hmm.
I have one more name, and I'm not having a brain for it.
De'Aaron Fox.
And then De'Aaron Fox, I'll probably put it at 3.
Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards. I'm looking at the stats right now. I thought they were gonna be a little bit better. I'm not gonna lie to you.
He has slacked off this year.
He has 21 points per game off of 5.5 rebounds off of 3.7 assists. Now, and I'm looking at his stats. They're not the best either. He had a 19 point game versus the Rockets. Not great. He had 16s versus the Knicks. He had 11 versus the Suns. He had a good game versus the Grizzlies, 28, but then 10 points. So you see my point,
Well,
because I'm not gonna be sitting here and be hypocritical and be like, oh, but look at his stats. No, if I am saying what I said for De'Aaron Fox is that he's not showing great games like points wise, because that's what, let's be honest here, they look a lot of that. They look on how much you're scoring. Then I'm not gonna sit here and tell different for Anthony Edwards. Right now, Anthony Edwards and De'Aaron Fox are kind of in the same boat. I will looking at stats wise, I will put Fox over Edwards though.
That was the same thing. And here's my last one. Right? By the way, to take out Lauri Markkanen, you can take out Rudy Gobert.
Mm-hmm.
Take out Draymond.
100%. Take out Wiggins.
Karl Anthony Towns.
Take out Wiggins.
Take out Wiggins.
Okay.
The West is wide open when it comes to that.
You see my point? You see exactly my point.
Which means you can add guards because there were more guards than forwards last year by if I'm not mistaken, a landslide. There was Karl Anthony Towns.
Mm-hmm.
There's Chris Middleton.
Okay.
Draymond Green. Rudy Gobert. Andrew Wiggins. Jason Tatum. Joel Embiid. We're talking about.
You know how to count? We're
talking about bigs. That's 7. Then you also have Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
You have Nikola Jokic. You have DeMar DeRozan, who I think you can classify. They classified him here as a guard. So take out DeMar DeRozan, put Giannis. You have LeBron.
Take out.
And you also dude. It's because Team LeBron was full of guards.
Yeah.
That's why they're full of guards.
You want to take out DeRozan. DeRozan's not doing bad himself.
Yeah, but he's not All-Star worthy this year. It's kind of like expectation. He's not All-Star worthy this year.
Maybe, I don't know. He had some big games here, man. I'm looking at these stats. He's averaging 24, 4, and 4. That's not bad. And then I'm looking at individual games. He dropped 46 against Boston when he lost, 20 against Toronto. Then he had a shit game and dropped 9 against Toronto the next game. But then he came back with a 33-point performance and then a 16-point performance.
Here's one that I could see. This is also subject to change, but this is one that I can see.
I'm gonna look at Lauri Markkanen's past couple games.
Jalen Brunson. Here's why.
Oof.
The Knicks, they're not that bad. I'm gonna check the standings right now. The Knicks are not that bad. They may look bad on paper when you look at the roster. When you look at they're 7-7.
The Knicks are the most mid team.
The Knicks are 7-7. So are the Sixers. So are the Heat. So are the Pacers. The Pacers are 6-6. So
if you
Jalen Brunson is averaging. He's averaging 20 points flat, 7 assists,
pretty good,
a steal,
okay,
4 rebounds,
okay,
on 50% from the field. 50% from the field because he's taking 3 more shots than he did last year.
But
his 3-point percentage sucks. But the impact that he's had on the Knicks is beyond. Is
back to the same argument. You took DeJounte Murray out the West, but now you got to put him in the East.
DeJounte Murray is All-Star worthy. That's true. Is he All-Star worthy?
What? Don't question DeJounte Murray. Don't question my boy DeJounte Murray now.
You know I'm as much a DeJounte Murray fan as the next guy, but I mean.
Is he All-Star worthy? Let me tell you his stats right now.
I'm gonna tell you his stats right now because I'm already here.
22 points per game.
Never mind. 21.5.
You round up. 6.4 rebounds, 7.8 assists, and I'm pretty sure he's second in the league when it comes to steals because he's only behind OG Anunoby, who's averaging 3.3 steals a game. He's averaging 2.1. Those are All-Star numbers to me.
Yeah.
Because he might not be scoring, but he's doing everything else at a prolific level. And if you look at these games with DeJounte Murray, you don't really look at the scoring, you look at the whole stat sheet as a whole.
No, yeah, DeJounte Murray, even when Trae Young was there, he beat the Bucks.
Exactly.
The 2 losses out of the 3 are to the Hawks for the Bucks.
That's what I'm saying.
That's something you could look at though. Like that's why I said Jalen Brunson was like a maybe. You know, if he progresses, if he gets better throughout the rest of the year, if the Knicks play a little bit better. Jordan Poole, same thing. If he progresses, if he can play better off the bench in his role, or if they put him in the starting lineup for whatever reason, maybe. Jordan Poole's again something to change because for whatever reason happens that Klay Thompson gets benched or Wiggins gets benched, you put him in the lineup and he's going off. We have
to wait and see because right now, the guards are definitely I feel like are a lot better.
But I think realistically, everyone that I named except those 2, the Poole and Brunson, could make the All.
Oh yeah,
Anthony Davis, Anthony Edwards also could make this team.
I don't know. Man. Looking at Anthony Edwards' stats, I don't know if he's gonna make the All-Star team this year. You have to be either amazing at scoring or be well all around. And right now he is barely averaging 21 right
Edwards?
now. Yeah.
No, yeah, Edwards I said no. Edwards is on the same boat as Jordan Poole and Jalen Brunson. He's having a bad year.
Like Lauri can make it just because the big man position in the West, like that forward, is looking kind of loose. Like there's not really a lot of players you could look at because Kawhi hasn't been playing games. Paul George has had a couple good games. I need to look at his stats right now.
It's a couple good games. games, dude.
And you look at his stats.
Couple good games. Oh my god.
Paul George averaging 25, 6, and 4.
Yeah, on 46% shooting. Which for a player of his caliber, though, for the amount of shots that he's
His
putting
3-point
up,
shooting is
his
abysmal,
18
though.
shots that he's putting up.
His 3-point shooting is not, for the past couple of games, has not been the best. What's his percentage? Right now, it's 34.
46,
34.
35 from 3-point range.
34 from 3-point range.
Yeah, I understand that, but with the,
It's a
with
drop.
the, with
It's
the
a drop.
volume of shots that he's taking and the fact that Kawhi Leonard isn't there, it shows you something.
I don't know. Paul George is definitely, but he's a forward. So, looking at guards right now.
He has made the All-Star team with a lot less.
Exactly.
He has made the All-Star with a lot less. Like 4 years in a row in Indy, from age 25 to 28, he made the All-Star, averaging 23 flat, and then the 28 obviously MVP OKC, MVPG, which I think should have won MVP, but that's just my unbiased opinion. Yeah, those are the players that I think. You got Tyrese Halliburton, you got Desmond Bane,
Tyrese, I won't argue. He's been
Lauri Markkanen, SGA, Paolo Banchero, De'Aaron Fox.
For me, it's like the for sure Tyrese, Lauri, SGA, and I'll give you De'Aaron Fox. That I feel like he can make it because I was looking at Anthony Edwards before, but now I'm like taking a look.
No Bane?
I don't know. It's just De'Aaron Fox is the best player on his team. Bane is still the Robin to Ja Morant's Batman.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
So,
oof.
And once again, Desmond Bane has a better team to support him around. Desmond Bane's also a catch and shooter. It's not like Desmond Bane, you see him dribbling around and then putting up a three. De'Aaron Fox is scoring all his points mostly by himself. It's not like he's sitting in the corner shooting like Desmond Bane is.
And he does pass the ball every now and then when he needs to.
Exactly. So Desmond Bane had an amazing 38 point game a couple weeks ago. Yeah. 38, 8 3-pointers made, 7 rebounds. It was an amazing game, but if we see more of that, then for sure he solidifies an All-Star. But I don't know. Here's the thing: the season's still very early on. Like I mentioned earlier, we're not even 20 games in yet to the season, so a lot could change. A lot could fucking change from now to All-Star.
That's true.
All-Star break.
But we'll see what happens when we get there. But for now, that's gonna do it for us. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe down below. Turn on post notifications. Comment any video ideas or your opinions on this because this one's actually a very highly controversial subject if you think about it. So if you guys have any opinions, comment down below. Make sure you follow our socials and my personal YouTube, Fructose Father Prime. Make sure you check it out. And that's gonna do it for us. Peace.
Peace out, guys.